This is the one that can make click button without any VBA. Create a summary first, name it as Table Summary. Then create 3 tabs with hotkeys. Just click somewhere and then Shift F11 to create Sheet 1. Then Shift F11 to create Sheet 2. Shift F11. There are 3 worksheets and 1 summary in total. Go to Table Summary. Here, I usually start off with cell B2. Leave 1 row and 1 column. I'll name it Tab Name. Then the tab link. For tab name, we put in Sheet 1, 2, 3. Let's define the link, because we'll create buttons that enable hyperlink to other worksheets. Here in worksheet 1, 2, and 3, we'll point to cell A1. Alright, now we need to define the target cell under tab link. Let's say in worksheet 1, sheet 1, and then cell A1, something like that. Let's say hyperlink, call it click for a display name. When you hit click, it will go to cell A1 of sheet 1. Now we are in A1 of sheet 1. We can write our formula based on this pattern. Equals pound key and cell B3, because we want to return sheet 1, right? Lock the column B, hold F4 until the $sign appears before column boy, but not the row 3. Remember that there's an exclamation after sheet 1 that refers to sheet 1, followed by the target cell A1. This A1 is totally arbitrary. Alright? Then I can drag the cells down. Recall from our last class, there's a shot to show how to return the current worksheet name. Let's say in cell D1, put in the current worksheet name. From our last class, cell and then file name, comma, and then point to cell A1, table summary here, then text after to wrap around this chunk of thing. For delimiter, we'll use the closing square bracket. I don't want in every worksheet repeat what I did in D1. Simply Ctrl X to cut the formula. Go back to cell D1, hold Ctrl, left click each worksheet, then go back to cell D1, left click here at the formula, Ctrl V, see the formula we just did? Just click a worksheet, let's say sheet 1. In worksheet 1, cell D1 shows the tab name sheet 1. In sheet 2 returns tab name sheet 2. In sheet 3 shows sheet 3. Let's create the buttons. Let me place the button here at row 7, 8, 9. Remember all the 3 worksheets and the table summary have a button. So hold Ctrl, left click all the worksheets and then equals hyperlink. The link location is pointing to tab link here. Since this is the first one, I point to this cell here under the tab link. Usually here in C3, I'll type table summary, exclamation, and then cell C3. I'll make sure in all worksheets, it points to the C3 in table summary. For this C3, just like before, press F4 until locking column C, but not row 3. Because I want it to row to C4, C5, something like that, comma. Then for friendly name, it will be pointing to worksheet table summary, cell B3. Alright, so it will be table summary, exclamation, B3. Again, F4 to lock the column by. Just click somewhere. There you go. Sheet 2, Sheet 3. Go back to table summary and create a tab name and link. Alright? Select all the worksheets, then scroll all the way down. Table summary. Control A, Alt H O I is now in all worksheets. Just click Sheet 1. Table summary is now added. Sheet 2 and Sheet 3 as well. Press Table Summary to go back to Table Summary. Alt-O-D and pick Current Selection. Then New Rule and use a formula. Left click here. Select this cell. Remember, cell A7 is now locked. Now, simply F4 until column A is locked, but not row 7. If this button equals the current worksheet name, cell D1 here, for this D1, we don't need to do anything, because it's already locked at cell D1. When the two are equal, just fill with green, and the font is dark blue. Alright? And it applies to these cells here. Okay, you should see this button turns green. Shift and down arrow, select all the buttons, then Control 1. In format cell, usually I'll use dark background. And the font is white. Okay, Control C, then go to another worksheet, select all the buttons, right click, paste, formatting. Sheet 1 button is now green, and the rest of it are blue. Let's move on to Sheet 2, right click, paste, formatting. Sheet 2 button is now green. Move on to Sheet 3, go to the first cell, right click, paste, done. Now in Sheet 1, there are the buttons. In Sheet 2, here are the buttons. Sheet 3 and table summary as well. This is how we create click buttons without VBA. That's it for today.